Okay guys, welcome everybody. In this tutorial I'll be showing how to properly add a DLC costume to Mortal Kombat X for PC using the new costume adder by thethiny. You'll need the most updated version of the costume adder. Currently that's version 1.22. Well that's what I named it. I'm not sure what the official release name will be. What's on site right now is 1.21. And there are several files that have been updated, which were necessary in order for proper cloning of packages. So first, you'll need to create a folder here named Files. This is the costume adder here. You need to create a folder named Files, and then copy your X64 TOC, your Colasite INI, and your Colasite ENG. Now, this one just happens to be my costume unlocker, which is why the file size is big. I may release this in a couple days. Okay, so the rest of this is fairly easy. Just double click start this. For this one, I'm going to be adding my Halloween Cassie to the game with a name. So I'll be using option 2, which is add new costume with in-game name. It's fairly simple. You just type in the name of the costume that you're creating or adding to the game. In this case, it's going to be Cage Jr. C, which will be Cassie's third costume. And the name of how I want the costume to appear in the costume selection screen. Now, this is important. You want this to be in all capital letters. And just wait for it to create the necessary files. Okay. Now in the output folder, you'll see your newly created files. You see they're all dated correctly here. Okay, so these are ready for copying into your game installation. Now, we do need to do one more thing with the cola to set it up. So I'm going to take this to my unpacker, place it in original, and unpack the cola set. Come here to extract, startup, config, and I'm going to open this in Notepad++. Alright, now, normally when you open this up, you'll be up here. So you want to go to this section called Character Settings. You can just do text search. That's Character Settings. This section is where you defined the mesh and dismemberment and trait files for every character. This has to be there in order for the character to be able to use their variations. And this mesh has to be defined correctly in order for it to appear on the player select screen. These dismemberment files need to be correct in order for X-rays and fatalities to work, along with Aaron Black's bullet, which is in the DISM file. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to copy Cassie's original entry, because that's the costume that I based it off of, and make the necessary changes for the new character that we created, which would be costume C. Save this, and then repack it. We don't need to come in here anymore. This is still the output for costume adder, so I can put that back. And then we're going to copy this. to the Mortal Kombat X, overriding all files. Okay, now we're going to clone our costume. I know this is quite lengthy. First we'll start with the character package. This is the modded costume that I'm going to be cloning. You'll need generic renamer 3.1 by Howard C. in order to be able to do this process. First line is package name, which here is Cage Jr. B, original string, car Cage Jr. B, new string, car Cage Jr. C. Put a check mark on the first box and click replace strings. Okay, now there's still some more strings we need to replace. You're going to want to substitute the prefix car with DISM for both original and new. And then replace those strings. Then we're going to remove this prefix and add a suffix to each one. DLC, replace strings. It's going to be like 1 or 2 strings in there to get replaced. And we're going to do this again, changing DLC to DISM. And that's going to be 1 more string. Okay, see here, string replace 1. Alright, now we still have to change one manually. So just go ahead and open up the car package in hex. You're going to do a search for Cage Jr. B. The first instance that it finds is going to be the mesh name, which is this. It's a lone entry of Cage Jr. B. We're going to change B to C. This name here is the name of the character mesh, which is what's required for it to appear on the player select screen. Just save that. And we're done with the car package. Now, we'll go ahead and do the assets. The assets need to be done manually, but it's fairly simple. It's only 4 strings that need to be changed. Again, we're going to search for the base costume name, which is Cage Jr. B. No need for the prefix. Cage Jr. B. And it's going to be the first 4 strings that you find are going to need to be changed. So here it's C. I'm going to copy this. And find it again. Oh, sorry, it was the first 3. Make sure. Yeah, the first 3 that you find. So it's only 3 strings that need to be changed there. And then you need to change the MKO. So we could dot MKO. This is the fight script. So we need to change that to C. Save that. And now we'll take care of the dismemberment files, which we can clone to the renamer. This is fairly easy to do. Again, we leave a check mark for the first box only. Okay, the plain one the Cage Junior DISM only has those 2 strings that need to be changed. Oh, wait, no, I think there's another one. Should be... DISM. Yeah, that's that one. So now we're going to do the DLC one. DISM DLC. This is the same thing. That didn't change anything. I think there's still one more left in there. Let's just double check. Oh, that's wrong. Okay, yeah, that's fine. And now the MKO. This is the fight script. Make sure you put MKO here as extension. And this is only 2 strings that get changed. Okay, and that's all our files. So we're going to copy these to the assets folder. Oh, that's my fault. You need to change the extension. Sorry, the suffix letter for the costume, which I completely forgot to do. I'm just replacing what I accidentally overwrote in the previous step. Now we need to copy our MKO to the script folder. And now we're ready to launch our game. I'm going to go ahead and close this one out, and then I'll launch it from desktop. So as you can see here, we now have 3 costumes for Cassie. That's her regular and that's her modded one. And I'm gonna go ahead and show just a little bit of gameplay for something, show fatality, so you can see how our dismemberment works.
Scorpion. Cassie Cage.
Okay, that's not good. Okay, sorry about that. So, the crash was actually caused by the TLC file. So, well, until this gets fixed, you may need to manually edit the file after creating it. It's fairly simple. What I did is I copied this one to here. I'll just go ahead and do it so you guys can see. We need to open up a command prompt. Now we're going to run the AES X64. Let me bring this over here so you guys can see it clearly. D for decrypt. Now when you open this up, scroll all the way to the bottom, this is where the costume matter appends to the file. As you can see here, this entry is incorrect. Instead of doing the suffix of DLC after the costume, it did it after the extension. So the game's not able to find the file, thus it crashes. So we're just gonna fix that really quick. It's a simple cut and paste. Save the file by just closing it. Go back to our command prompt. And we're just going to change D to E to encrypt it. Now, as you can see, the file is now encrypted, which is why it's taking forever to load. You can just copy this directly into here. Okay. And now we'll go ahead and start the game back up. Okay.
Scorpion. Cassie Cage. Finish her! Scorpion wins. Fatality.
Alright, now let's just take a look at some gameplay really quick.
Cassie Cage. Kotal Kahn.
Nice miniskirt.
A joke at my expense?
Nah, it's yours for free.
Round 1. Fight!
We're just gonna go over to the collection so you can see what the costume shows up in it as well. You see here Halloween. Of course, this you can change the default pictures that show up there by, for either this costume or this costume by altering it in the Kotal file. I don't really see a need for that because, to be honest, who gives a shit? It's just a picture. The important thing is that everything loads up like a regular DLC costume would. And that'll end the tutorial for today. Thanks everybody for watching. If you have any further questions, leave them in the comment section below. Updated tools and more video tutorials will be posted soon. Check mksecrets.net for all of your Mortal Kombat X tools and mods. Thanks everybody for watching. Click subscribe and like the video. Thanks.